Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? Oh my gosh, you guys, I was just thinking of such a cool thought earlier when I was watching Gregory Scott. He was talking about fire and how, like, I just lit a candle and I thought this is so true. So let's just look at this candle for a minute. And it's about elements and how magical they are. I mean, honestly, look at this. There is an element we get to create just by, putting flints together, striking a match, and then we create this thing that dances and plays and has color and heats things up and starts fires and provides warmth, all of this. And I love this. And being a fire sign too, I'm always jazzed about fire. I use a lot of candle gazing and fire magic just because I believe it ignites. I love the word ignite, right? I feel like it gives exceptional energy to things and that zap, and I just love it. So it really made me think the plight of the wanderer. I was listening to some great stand-ups, and I love funny podcasts when people interact in such a earthy, cool way, and they tell their stories and they share their stories and they share a laugh and their childhood memories. It was Theo Vaughn and Sam from Impractical Jokers, and it was just such a great time. I could not stop listening because I was so intrigued by their personal stories. Like one, and I didn't know this, I didn't know that Sal had a lot of like anxiety and a lot of fears and a lot of OCD and a whole bunch of stuff. And he was talking about how, he would just power through certain things. And then he recognized, because honestly, in my era growing up, people weren't, there was really no identification. Like everybody was clustered together as somebody that just couldn't pay attention or was wild or whatever if they had any of these symptoms. Just kind of all grouped together. So it was so wonderful. And it reminded me of this plight of the wanderer, that sometimes we can feel like, am I the only person that has this? Am I, the only person that has such a hard time paying attention or whatever it is? And I love that people go out and they seek the answers, because the plight of the wanderer is somebody who wants to know. They're seeking, and I feel like that this is going to be a time of achievement for you. You're going to cross some major milestones and really figure things out. And, you're going to figure out where you're supposed to go, and you're just going to go there beautifully. And your emotions are going to be like on a high arc, because you're going to embrace all these beautiful opportunities around you without feeling the lower ebb and vibrations of guilt and doubt and fear. You're just like, hey, I get to choose my mood by paying attention to the thoughts that help me. So damn, I'm going to pay attention to the thoughts that help me. And those are, of course you can do this. Of course you're capable. Go slow, take your time, capitalize on a good stream of energy when you have it, whether it's for creativity, for physicality, for spirituality, whatever it is, that vein and that arc that you get that kind of like powers you up. You're going to be super high functioning in that and really sponge it all in beautifully, but also a good grounding energy for you. You are going to have some lovely completions at this time that are now going to give you room to grow and connect to all of these support systems you have out there, whether it's great podcasts, great creative endeavors. Sometimes I just get in a super fantastic mood knowing, hey, I've got some beads that I haven't used yet and I'm going to string them and make some masterpieces, and I get all excited. Like last night I made some great pearl stuff. It made me super happy, that sort of thing. So this is about letting go over the past, re-examine, and then let it go and realize I don't have to reenact those cycles that are crap to me. You know what I mean? Because that's this, the truth comes softly when we slow down and we're just sitting there. We're like, oh yeah, man, that's excessive. Or, oh yeah, that doesn't do me any good. Or why would I just go round and round and round and round with the same thing? Because the more we think of something, I know indecision can be so torturous, right? Like we're like, should I do this? And then we try to worst case, best case scenario, pro and con it to death. I do myself a favor and I'm cut and dry. I'm like, listen, whatever I choose, it's not going to be wrong. It's just going to be an alternate choice, a different path. And I can always just swerve left if that's not going for me. Like for a job interview or going in and trying something out, whatever you're doing, it's like, let me just go for it. And the moment I recognize I'm not vibing with this, boom, peace out. That's a truth that just kind of lands softly in our lap when we allow it to, right? Which brings us, I love this, drink from your own well and water your own garden. Replenish yourself. Notice what you need. It's so funny, oftentimes, like people will say, I had this sort of day, and I would say, okay, well, what did you do during this day? What did you consume? You know, what were you watching? What were you drinking or eating? And usually it was an overage or an underage of something. You know, it was just too much violent TV, not enough hydration, whatever, if things went left for them. And then if they were consuming, you know, healthy things off of trees, out of the ground, water, all the good stuff, giving themselves nutrients, resting, paying attention, pausing, doing little victory laps when things were going good, then they realized, yeah, man, I'm watering my own garden. I'm taking care of myself and my needs. Too often, you know, moms, parents, older siblings, whatever, it's like we'll be teachers, everybody out there, you know, we'll be looking after the flock or looking after other people's needs. And then, you know, our energy can get diminished, but then we're not good to anybody. It brings you back to that old, put that oxygen mask on first so you can, you know, really shore yourself up, good mental space, good physical space, so then you can be available for other people in nice ways. And I feel like our energy, you know, can always benefit others if we're looking out for ourselves. This is finding balance in all areas, relationships, connections, opportunities, giving yourself a little extra TLC. Just check in with yourself clearly. What is going on? How do I feel physically right now? What's temperature in the room? Like, while you guys are watching me, what does your body feel right now? Your arms, if you're just wearing a t-shirt, do you feel cool and relaxed and calm? Do you feel overheated? And as soon as you notice discomfort, because sometimes we don't check in, do something about that. If you're a little parched, get that drink going on. If your tummy's rumbling, get that good food. I find this most soothing balm for me immediate is a funny podcast for like 5 minutes, or stand up, something like that. Once I start laughing, like everything that was irritating a moment before, it just dissolves. I love it. Sometimes it's beautiful music for people. Sometimes it's a walk in the park. Whatever it is, do this for you, because it's all about balance. And then you're ready for all these fun adventures that await you. You know, just really get to the bottom of what is working for you so you can get the full picture, and then keep adding those. I feel like it's like Dressy Bessie. Remember that old doll? You could put this on, you could put that on. Put on and take away the things that are helpful and discard the things that are unhelpful. And remember that rest gives you the opportunity to be your best all the time. So my beauties, that is what you were meant to hear today. Thanks so much for checking in. I really appreciate y'all. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you guys are new to this channel. And I want to thank you guys for your beautiful comments. I'm so excited. I just love this giving time of year where everybody's kind of like their absolute best selves, if they're not out on the road. I've noticed the drivers aren't so great, but you know, I'm finding people. The stores are happy and cheerful. Starbucks people, everybody is out there just having a good time, rocking and rolling, and looking forward to a nice break and a nice Thanksgiving. So love and light.